Welcome to UntangledII Unbound. In this short video, we are going to introduce some terminology as well as a few tools and features that you will need to be familiar with before you start playing and making your way to the leaderboard. The goal of UntangledII is to create a low-energy grid that can support all of the puzzles on a level. That probably doesn't make much sense right now, but hopefully it will in just a few minutes. Essentially, the game revolves around energy. Your energy is pretty much your score and determines how good your grid is. The lower the energy, the better your score and the higher up you will be on the leaderboard. Energy is displayed in the upper left of the game window. When you first start a game, your screen will look something like this, and you will need to build a grid from scratch and untangle the puzzles on your own. But for now, let's look at an almost complete grid. Okay, so let's get familiar with the workspace. The main area that you will be playing in consists of a grid, which remains in place throughout the game, and a puzzle, which consists of a set of connected, maneuverable bricks. So these bricks make up a puzzle. The grid is this whole thing outlined in yellow. The individual squares are called cells, so all of these cells make up a grid. The cells hold bricks from the puzzles. The puzzles can be selected on the left. If I click on Puzzle 2, I see the same grid, but a different set of bricks. The same goes for Puzzles 3 and 4. At the beginning of most levels, your main focus will likely be on solving violations before you optimize and lower energy. Violations are illegal instances in your game. There are two types of violations. One involves the cell a brick is placed on, and the other involves its connections to other bricks. A brick is in violation and appears red if it is placed on an empty cell or if it is placed on a cell that is colored incorrectly. We will go over the rules for placement on the next level. Violations also occur between bricks when the cell has no connectivity or when the connection requires a move that is not supported by the cell. One important thing to note here is that solving all violations does not necessarily result in an energy-efficient grid, but does play a large role in the creation of one. Now let's look at the game design and features that you will be using. We already discussed the different puzzles that you can select to view and manipulate. In the toolbar, you can restart your game, undo or redo a move, save your game, add and remove routers, which we will discuss later, and rotate a group of blocks. In the upper right, we have the help button, the pause button, sound toggle, and the ability to exit the game. You will use the tools on the right to create your grid, label cells, and optimize your energy. On the next level, we will practice working with the grid. The grid size is manipulated with these arrows. Grid statistics shows the number of each type of cell on your grid. The cells require a combination of color and connectivity. To label a cell, which we will discuss more later, simply select a color and then a connectivity. For example, if I want to label this cell blue, 4-way, and 0 hops, I click on the blue, then click on the 4-way, and click OK. For much of the time you are playing, you will be manipulating or untangling the puzzles. That is what the Place button is for in the bottom right. To view and or alter a puzzle, click on its icon on the left and then click Place. Placing is like temporarily locking in a puzzle to the screen so that you can move its bricks. Alright, we've covered a lot in this video. Now you have the skills you need to go ahead and move on to the next level, where you create a grid for a puzzle. One important idea to remember is that your goal is to achieve the lowest energy possible. Your energy is calculated with respect to the number of violations, grid size, and the cost of your cell types. There is no winning in the sense that you beat a level. The way to win is to beat other players by making a more energy-efficient grid and more compact puzzles in order to achieve a spot on the leaderboard. See you in the next level!